Oh, remind me later. Next century. My computer wants to restart for some security thing. That says, remind me later. Remind me next hour, next day, next week, next century. um, all right, so we're live now. Yeah, so yesterday for New York, for London, London session, New York, far out, German decided to just push down. Okay, and was making these like lower lows, and yeah, I thought at some stage it would bounce. So I did try a bit of a higher risk, as in like a risky entry. So I went very low risk on it, and I tried to buy underneath here, very low risk entry. I put a first position in somewhere like here, and then that one, like very tiny risk. That one was just looking pretty grim, and then hit my very tight stop loss one. But I was kind of thinking to exit the first position if it broke up higher. And this one, this low risk one, it was like 0.1%, and it was actually up 0.3%. Like it went up like this little bounce. It only did like 10 pips. It bounced like 30 pips. Didn't quite get enough to get my higher entry out at all. So I sort of just held it, and then prices came down. Eventually, just took two losses on both of them. So I was down like a quarter of a percent to start with. Then price pushed down to my level that I was more keen on, this green level, and I entered normal risk this one because I really thought price was. I entered about here. I thought price was gonna keep on. I thought it would actually turn more bullish then. And I think I was targeting the blue lines, I think, from memory. Anyway, this moved up, got a bit above 1-to-1, so I took some profits, which was enough to cover the losses, but only a little bit. And then basically the runner got stopped out, so I was about break even for the session, and I was like, look, price could just keep on going down all day, but I didn't think it would do that. And it actually just did that. And it was just very kind of depressing watching German just fall all day. It's one of those unusual days where it just falls and we never really get any recovery. So it's just like this. These are the one side. This most of the time German, depending if you're a buyer or seller, there's an opportunity for you, like a decent opportunity, whether you're buying or selling. Like any one of these swings would be absolutely fine to have taken, like pretty much almost every single day. It don't matter your bias, because there will be a trade. But yesterday was one of those anomaly days that you really, it was really difficult if you were a buyer, because price just fell. And I was thinking though, at the start, that with this US news, I thought German could be the casualty for it. As in, I thought that that whilst the hopes of with this ceasefire and basically US getting towards basically all-time highs, okay, we had hit all-time high in NAS, and we've got S&P that was approaching all-time high. US 30 is a bit of a lagger, still got some ways before it's all-time high. I thought European equities could be the, like, if you want to go into if there wouldn't just be money readily available to go straight into US equities. It's got to come from somewhere, right? So with the ceasefire, we're certainly not risk off. We're certainly risk on. So it's not like money's gonna just, like, money will be coming out of potentially gold. Money will be coming out of the risk assets. But there's also what people will be looking at is European equities have been so good for ages now, that when you're at these all-time highs, there's a good chance that people will be taking some profits from German 40, because with all this stuff going on with Trump, and is US going to get involved? maybe the safe bet to be risk on is European equities. And now that European equities have risen, been printing all-time highs for consecutive weeks for a lot of the time. Now it's a good chance that maybe US is about to take some catch up to European equities. So they trim some profits from German 40 and France 40 and Spain and basically any stock index from Europe. And maybe that we'll see, even though stock indexes are highly correlated, there can be a bit of a lag. So we can see some money flow out of Europe and into, like, say, the NAS and the S&P. So I did think that was a potential for yesterday. It wasn't my base case, but I did think if it did just drift down, it doesn't change my bias long term. But I did think that this would be a day that we just see Europe equities a bit flat, whilst we see some of the US indices actually benefit. So it's a shame that it did that, but and I had to take a couple of losses before I got an opportunity to break even. But after that, I just thought, even all this like downside, I just thought I'd rather just wait to buy when this shows some conviction, and maybe this is showing some conviction. Anywho, so yesterday the London session was pretty depressing to watch. Then we went to NAS, and the same time that Europe was dropping, same time we saw Europe was dropping, we saw NAS was pushing. So this is exactly that case in mind. Money was coming out of Europe, out of German 40, and basically into NAS. Okay, because it was absolutely going contra to each other. Now, when we get up here, I had a very good session on NAS. Very, very good session. Now, I thought I took the same playbook then for what German was going to do. And if you think about NAS, what we had is on Monday, we had the gap down initially from the weekend events. We had the ceasefire announced on Monday. We had huge buying pressure. We didn't have any profit taking from New York session. We had Asia continue that move. We had Europe continue that move. London can't buy the high here. They simply cannot. Because if they buy with New York still in profit, there's a high chance that London are holding the bag. New York starts closing trades because they want to buy lower. London don't want to be that exit liquidity for New York. London also don't want to take a short with all this boosted sentiment because there's danger for them getting caught in a short squeeze. So what London did on the open on Tuesday was nothing. Just let it sit. Just wait for the news cycle to shift. People will start questioning, is this ceasefire going to hold? They start seeing some reports that came out that Iran shot another missile. That's enough. Price was slow enough and just drifted enough just to let people that had full confidence come into London Open, maybe they start doubting themselves. Price pushes down, makes a low, comes down, makes another low. Price recovers a little bit. Price comes down, makes a third low. By that third low, people that were buying the dip in London are now starting to think, oh, this is dangerous because now I've got lower highs. So maybe they start turning then. Maybe there's just enough time that some early buyers, or late buyers rather, were broken underneath the Frankfurt low. We're starting to push into the Asia liquidity. There's probably just enough negative pressure here for some sentiment to shift. So some people thinking, I'm going to sell instead, and that is the time that for NAS, the buyers come in very cleanly. Price pushes up. No taking profits at all in the New York session because we just continued basically closing near the highs. Asia session takes a while to get going, doesn't really do anything, just consolidates. Then we push up into London. London is doing the transfer in my eyes from European equities to the NAS index. We push up, and then we get to here where this is New York Stock Exchange open yesterday. to me, New York are going to be thinking this is an all-time high. There's just no value for New York to buy from here, is there? So what they want, if you're managing millions and millions and millions and millions, and you're thinking, only way I could buy from here is if some news came out that all of a sudden this is very low and it would go into 25,000. If that's not the case, and we didn't have any news, we didn't get any like GDP is flying in the US, or power's going to cut rates so that we can take GDP growth to 10%. Like none of that kind of announcements came out. So why would New York buy the high here? There's just no logic to it. So what New York need to do is they want to buy low. So what happens if they pump the price first initially? That just induces buyers, and what we get is we get people, we get late buyers, like retail buyers come in. They see that there's a support across here. So people that buy the dip, not wanting to buy the high, but think, oh, I'll just buy the dip. That'll be a perfect opportunity for them. I want to just speed this up a little bit. So people that buy the dip would buy here, retail side. Price pushes forward. Okay. Then what we get is we break that low. Okay, maybe it's just a bit of a deeper pullback. It's okay. It's just still part of the correction process. I'll still hold. Or maybe they get stopped out, but they buy again. That's probably their logic. Price pushes up again, thinking, oh, yep, beauty. You know, I'm onto a winner here. I'm so smart. Just buy the dip. Price then comes down and then breaks the low again. And now people get stopped out a second time. They're like, oh, look, this is still part of the correctional process. I'm going to buy again. And I was thinking that this is not gonna change. They're going to want to exhaust the buyers. They want to flush the buyers out, shake the buyers out. They want to make it look like there's going to be enough of a trend for sellers to jump in and get convicted and trapped, or they're going to get sellers. So let me talk about that in a minute. But I thought, look, with all of this sort of happening now, the shakeout is probably going to take out London low. And this is if I was thinking, where's the liquidity? I'd be thinking that this is the market structure. This is the market structure, kind of like a bit choppy, but as it pushed higher. Okay, to me, where's liquidity? Like for what we do each day, where is the liquidity here? The liquidity, a good chunk of the liquidity would be sat underneath London low, wouldn't you think? Like that would be where there's good liquidity. So to me, I was thinking, well, this is probably just going to come down and take out London. We were overbought for so long on this stocky that would make sense that we have some sort of pullback. Pullback buyers will be jumping in to oversold conditions and uptrend, but we're just too high. So we get a first, we have a first pullback to support. We make a lower high, we break the support, make a new lower low, we push up, we make another lower high, we break the low. Price, then I was thinking we're just going to keep on going down. So anytime price was, I actually took quite a few trades just selling the pullback, and then I was taking profit along the way. I didn't want to get caught holding on to sells too long because overall I was bullish, but I just thought there's no way New York will buy this high. Price kept on pushing down, and then it was only like I had a buy order sat underneath this New York session. This London session low. Thinking this is where the liquidity is going to be. Then price eventually, we get a very nice move down into it. This is the sweep candle. We've got to recognize that that's the one that kind of breaks people's hearts. Okay, now by this stage, the way that price has gone and made one pullback, two pullbacks, three pullbacks, four pullbacks, five pullbacks, and now this bastard. This is perfect for us because what we've got is bullish divergence into an area of liquidity, which is what we want to target anyway. But you've got to think about the market structure as well that was happening here what this does if the New York traders just let this play out, well, the New York the institutional money, if they just let this one play out, like, what's the purpose of letting it do these many swings? And to me, what it does is because New York are bullish, what it does is it creates this like forced selling. So, you know, the first couple lows, people buy, confidence is high. By the third, fourth, and fifth, people stop believing, and they're thinking, man, this is just not going to hold anymore. Now people start thinking, oh, I've got a confirmed trend to the downside. Now the last one, the one where it just breaks this low just enough, is where people think confirmed trend to the downside. So it's really feeding into this trend logic. Institutional let this happen, let this pattern complete. Each new low stops people out. It triggers stop losses, forces selling. By the fourth, fifth, and sixth leg, if you are watching this and a retail trader, you're either completely stopped out from using all your bullets, or now you're thinking only short, or you're thinking I'm paralyzed, I've got no idea what to do. So it's a perfect shakeout. So this is a great time then for institutions to be thinking, we've just shaken out any of these people that were trying to buy, forced them to sell, broke their confidence. Now there's no buyers left, probably only sellers. Perfect time for them to step in and buy, don't you think? So that was my logic that I thought New York would do, and I just had to reflect on what happened in the London session. Because what happened in the London session for German 40, I got caught in it, so I just had to have a quick reflection, and I thought, well, probably New York would do the same playbook. So I thought sell, and I'll wait for it to break underneath here when I wouldn't want to sell normally. Sorry, wouldn't want to buy normally, but that'll be the time. So I had a pen and order set, and then price, the rest is history. Price then, that was the time. Everyone had been shaken out, and now back up, highs of the day again. So I think it's very pertinent to always reflect on your trades and think about it, because to me that was just I've got burnt in London, but then had to reflect for NAS, and that was the rule book that they took yesterday. Thank you. So another thing I think for yesterday, another mistake in German 40 is I didn't take time enough to look for where the good hour levels were. And like, this wasn't really a great level. I think I kind of rushed yesterday. So when you rush things, you pay for it. Anyway, today's a new day. So I hope you guys did well. What do you guys, we've got a minute and a half before they open. Looks like we are pretty bullish here. Looks like we've got like pretty nice structure. Let me just invert this chart real quick, because that's the other thing I didn't do, is I didn't invert. And then once I inverted afterwards, as we discussed in the Discord, I was like, hell yeah, man, this has got more to go down. But if I inverted here, what do you guys reckon? You reckon, to me this is a very risky level. I know I've inverted it, but if I was bullish on this chart, I would be wanting to wait for price to be breaking above this red line. So I'll bring it back to normal. For sells, I'd be pretty careful in sells today. I think this was a decent little pullback. Sells, I'd feel more comfortable if we were breaking underneath this red line. For buys, we do have yesterday's, the day before's low. Well, we've got clean traffic all the way through here. And overall, Europe, like, we've got 15 seconds. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. But if the news yesterday was countries are going to spend 5% on defense, that's going to boost the economy. That's a lot of money. They're going to have to, for the European countries to force into stocks. I know it's going to take us from somewhere else, but it's not going to surprise me for us to be bullish today. So price pushed up. London is What are we up? How's a 30 pip 1 minute candle so far? No, 23. Hey, Glenn. Oh, good to see you, mate. So let's see how London are going to play. But I would expect all of this move from yesterday. This was German having the espresso. They dumped. Today we pump. Okay.
Looks like a potential kapahandu.
Yeah. The couple handle. Yeah, man. So do you reckon there's enough sellers, the opposite of what happened yesterday? Do you reckon there's enough sellers that are just thinking, oh, I'll sell the pullbacks, If they want to sell the pullbacks, the first one, okay, we'll give that. I think there's a good chance that we actually have very clean market structure today. All the way to the, like, this is definitely manipulation. Look at how often does London how often does London open with no wick and then just be all the way down? I think this was just manipulation yesterday. So I think we can. How many have we got? We got 1, 2. I think we need to shake out some people. So at least these blue lines, I think we go to. That's just pumping. So who's in long? Rob, you're in long now. Good one. You're laughing. 50 pips. Who else is long? Adelaide, you're long as well. Very good. Tom just got here. All good. We can just wait for a clean entry. Definitely, like, if you're gonna sell, be careful. Okay. Yeah, pretty explosive move, man. Sort of gone. 164 pips, basically. Just straight up. It's a very difficult place to be jumping into buys if you're not in buys. So just be patient, children. Be patient, my children. We need to talk levels.
Are you trying to emulate Donald Trump being daddy?
Well, there's a triple wicker here, so on the 30-minute. So this definitely represents a good level of supply. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some manipulation around this level. Yeah, I actually saw something about that NATO thing in yesterday. Did not who is what's that guy's last name? The NATO guy, Root something, Rutte.
Rutte. Yeah, he's the ex-Dutch Trump Prime Minister.
Did he call Trump daddy?
Yeah, he said something about sometimes daddy has to use strong. I think he was talking about how Donald Trump dropped the F-bomb, and he said something like
Yeah, I saw him.
He was just basically explaining away, saying that sometimes daddy has to use strong language.
Yeah.
It was just really
crazy, man.
And apparently Trump loved it. Trump was like, yeah, that's me. I'm the daddy.
Yeah,
like, Jesus
love that. Kind of sounded creepy. when I heard it, especially with a Dutch accent, it just sounded super cool.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine Trump going home to Melania saying, "Yeah, who's a daddy?" But
Yeah.
he really loved that.
Oh, yeah, I loved
So,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, come on, keep pushing. Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, when Trump was swearing, I'm like, man, this guy, he was getting really worked up. I hadn't heard him use language like that. And then, did you hear him talking about the I think it was CNN or MNS MNBC or something like that, or whatever the channels are. He hates them. Yeah, he was going off on them. He's like, "You guys are losers. You guys are just absolute losers." And he goes, "I watch this stuff because I have to, but you guys are just false news. This is fake news. This, you guys are." He was going off on them, rightly so. These media guys. As much as I'm not going to be like an advocate for Trump, but man, this media are terrible. Okay. So far, that triple wick area on the 30-minute has been legit reaction. So I think there's a very real possibility what I described for New York session. I think there's a very good possibility we get the same right now. So let's just see. Let's just see if this pullback holds. If this pullback holds and we can break the highs, then I think we can actually trade up to the top of London session yesterday, which was all the way up to like another 100 pips higher. Okay, that's if this support holds. If this support doesn't hold, I think you can sell the dip down to probably sell the pullback.
Hi everyone.
Hey Danny. Yeah, so I think the case could be we break above here. I think we can trade up to here, just buy the pullbacks. If we break this, I think I'll be selling all the way down to here and then looking for buys. Okay, so this is a pivotal area. This is a place that they can either trap people into longs, or shake out the longs. Yeah. I think this is.
How you going, Haydos?
Hey man, how are you?
Good, buddy. It's been a while. I can't figure out where the annotate is on the screen. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, I took a short. I'm late at targeting Asian high.
Asia high, yeah, okay. I think the way this is looking, I think we can short this.
You got divergence there too. I'm only on the 1 minute, but it's there.
Yeah.
Well, please draw it down. Wash my hands. Here we go, Dave.
Yeah. Oh,
So the two destinations. but it's looking increasingly likely. Just want to see if we hold. Either this is it. This is maybe just a little bit of a bull flag before we bust up. So just be patient. It's either going to do that to go up, or we break it down, and I think we'll just. I think I'll look to short it.
Could probably go break even at that bottom yellow line.
This one here, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, if it's hitting that one, if it's hitting that one and it's coming all the way back up, you definitely don't want to be part of that. So it's a sound area. This is going to be pivotal. This candle. How did hey Michael? How did the stocks open up? Bullish or mixed or down? Bullish. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they should have opened bullish actually, given we've been bullish all day, haven't we? For German, Asia and pre-London. Saps down a bit. Okay. Yeah, this candle's looking a bit nasty.
All right, very briefly, mate. You don't need to ring that cement, and I won't be doing stuff tomorrow. So,
Okay, come on, tell us what you're doing. What's gold doing? Gold is up. Gold is up. German's definitely been the high flyer. Oh, yen is up as well. Yen's pretty strong. All right. It's been in terms of trying to hold a bias for more than a few days, it's been pretty hard, man. This risk on, risk off for currencies has been difficult. I think we're getting very close though. Like Swiss right now, if we can hold risk on, I think Swiss had a good push this week. So I think there's going to be some swing trades on Swiss to fade the Swissy. The US dollar as well is also getting to a level that I think is I don't think it's ready yet, especially with some of this interest rate news that's been creeping out. But for swing trades, I'm getting. I know there's going to be some good swing trades on Swiss and yen pairs soon. I just don't think this is the week for it. But very soon, I think there's going to be some good opportunities. Swiss and Kiwi, I think it is at a very interesting level on the currency strength. This one over here. So I think there's going to be some counter trend. Oh, sorry, no, not Kiwi. CAD. CAD and US dollar and pound and Swiss are all at that plus 100, minus 100. So I would be looking at some combinations for these for some profit taking. So I think there's going to be some, yeah, pound, Swiss, US and CAD, those combinations. I think there'll be some like pound US sells, for example. I think that could be a play soon. Let's have a quick look at that while waiting for it's looking like German's going to break down. Well, let's just look at pound US, for example, and we've been pushing bullish, very, very strong. If there's like a good supply level over here to the left, I have to go higher time frame. Like some of these areas, like this area, for example. Then we've got some of these previous highs. I'm sure, given the speed that we've gone up this week, I think some of these highs are going to definitely be areas where there will be some profit taking. So a counter trend, pound US, I think is very much on the cards. Okay, let's check German. German is just holding here enough that I'm still not sure whether we go down or up. But if we can sort of break structure and then break down, then I'd be selling into the Asia high, pre-London low. But if this is a flag and we're breaking above here, then I think we've got like another 100 pips to go, and buying the pullbacks would be sound. So let's just see if this is going to break out from here. Overall, I'm bullish. I prefer to take buys. I think the backdrop of having increased defense spending, or up to 5%, I think there's going to be a lot of money to pump into the economy. I know it's going to come from it'll come somewhere else, but when it comes from somewhere else, it's usually like foreign aid. That's the first thing that goes. So say, for example, the UK, they spend 2-point-something% on defense. They need to come up with another, like, I don't know how much it is, like 100 billion. And then they said that they'll take it from foreign aid. So they're not going to give money to, like, say, Africa and other countries. And that money, I don't want to sound harsh at all, but it's useless money. Like most of it just goes into, I don't know, non-profit organizations, leaders' pockets. A lot of it never, like, just doesn't get used. Whereas if you put that money into defense, you're going to be putting it into like local companies, weaponry, all that kind of stuff, and that actually has a multiplier. So if I had $100 and I gave it to a charity overseas, that $100 doesn't contribute to my GDP. But if I gave $100 to my taxi driver, that taxi driver, when he finishes work, he might take that $100 and go buy some groceries with it from a local grocer. That local grocer will pay his employees with it. His local employees will go out and then spend stuff on it. So see, like, how that same $100, if it stays in the country, has multiple uses. Whereas if you send it overseas, it just doesn't add to your GDP whatsoever. So that just anticipation of increased defense spending in Europe, and we know some of the German 40 companies like Rheinmetall and like Airbus in Netherlands and things like that will all contribute to company earnings. So I'm very bullish with this news from NATO yesterday. But we know news is one thing for overall direction, but then we've got to factor in positioning, and positioning can be quite difficult to pick. Like sometimes news just doesn't help you whatsoever. If you're bullish on one day, but positioning wants to get a lower price, like that news won't help you. So we need to understand price action. We need to understand flow. We need to understand supply demand. So at the moment, like apart from that initial burst up, that probably dragged some buyers in the market, we're just at an impasse right now. So what do you guys think? What do you're more looking for buys or sells?
I'm a bit partial to buy.
You're just building a position now.
Yeah, I'd really like to see it break that high because it will. I think people will still be thinking yesterday how scary it was with just this grind down. So I think there's probably a good opportunity that there's still going to be enough selling liquidity to keep on pushing higher before then London wants to shake out the buyers. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we push. We just really shake out people at the moment. But it's kind of depressing to sort of sat here watching price just do this. What about the 5 minute? Do we come back oversold? No, we're still well overbought. Looks like we're about to break the support here as well. Yeah, so maybe they're going to shake out buyers now. Maybe they want to take it up here, but they want to get a better price than what London offered them. Where it was in London Open. Let's see. Price is just operating in between these levels at the moment. So it's looking more increasingly like it's going to go down to this area. I don't think we've got any news, do we? No, there's no news. What about headlines? But there's news as well about bank lending requirements getting reduced, which I think is going to add to inflation. I'm sorry, not necessarily add to inflation, but add to the money supply. Okay, come on, man. Show us your hand.
Check out the rally on gold in the 1 and 2 minute.
Far out, man. Just.
You got a zone up there.
Yeah. This was.
How did you draw that? Where's it coming from?
This. See these supports.
Is it a 4-hour zone?
It's on the 4-hour, yeah. See, you got like support across here. There's resistance. And there's support over here. Then the next one above it, about another 200.
Yeah, I was targeting that one above, just because of how quickly we crashed through.
Yeah, so they were not yesterday, rather. Tuesday was a big drop, but that was on that war news, wasn't it? After the ceasefire news holding. Where are the MMGs? Where are they at? Oh, they're above and below. Yeah, well, let's take out that 25th of June one. Go with this. Oh, come on, I really want to push it. Like, buying's just so much nicer than selling. But let me just make sure I'm not doing anything silly by holding a specific bias. Just this inverted chart again. I mean, the structure is very much. Yeah. Don't particularly want to take the sells. The one's now oversold on the stocky. Three isn't yet. The price isn't really going anywhere just yet. Yeah, man. I think the sales are on. I don't want to sell, but if this makes another low, then if it makes another low, breakout sells make sense. But because it's a breakout, your risk reward is not so good. So take profits along the way. But I think down to here makes sense. This was just a fake out what London did. So yeah. Going to give a small trade. This is just small, okay? Because I don't really want to do this, but going to risk like 0.1%. But I'm entering a sell. Stop loss is like literally here. I'm going to target down here. So that's going to be the trade. 0.1%. Risk reward is very good. So I don't like, if it comes all the way down there, it'd be like, yeah, just risking a fraction to make a lot. Risk reward says it's very good. If it can continue to push, I'll break it even as soon as we get like down to the yellow line. Just remember, I'm just risking a tiny bit because I didn't really want to sell. And if it stops me out and I lose 0.1%, you know, I'm not gonna throw myself off a bridge for that. Okay, where's the bridge? I'm hoping that's it. Like I really do want to hunt these buys. Oh, come on. Yeah, pre-London right there, wasn't it? Pre-London high.
Are you still short, Hayden?
No, I put like the tiniest little trade on just to see if it was going to run down to here. But that pipped me out. It was only like a 10 pip stop.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, but I'd probably, I think that like, yeah, man, if it goes again, I'll give it another go. Let me jump in. Same, just a 10 pip stop. See if that was the one. So I'm in again.
I joined you.
There it is. Yeah, just a little reaction from that high, just pulled back, but this is now running more than 1-to-1. So, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna look. It's still in a row. I'm gonna actually exit some. Just let it take. If it can take out this low, it'll be just about 2-to-1. So I'm gonna close 50% just to take back that little loss and have a free look. Because I really don't want it to go down. Now that's underneath London. Maybe it could bounce more significantly from here. I'm hoping it bounces. I really don't want it to go down here because otherwise it's just going to be a bit of a drag for the rest of the session. And I don't want the same thing to happen to yesterday. Is that once you get momentum down here, yeah, it could go past it, and then that would it can go deep into Asia. If it goes deep into Asia, I know it's going to be I just won't be able to trade from there because I won't be at the computer. But it's just about 2-to-1. Just needs to go another 3 or 4 pips.
I'm out.
Yeah, fair. I think if you took the loss on the first one, I would take that back, as in just okay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm paying back the loss. I've paid back the loss, as in I closed 50%. So at 2-to-1, I lost 10 pips. I'm up 20 pips. I closed 50%. I paid those 10 pips back. Now I'm gonna bring my stops. I'll bring my stop break even. I didn't want to sell, but it's clearly that's going down to here now. it's gonna just break souls now. Anyone that bought here through Europe and then got dragged into the buys from here, it's just gonna take their souls. Really getting momentum now. Anyone holding the sells? Who took the sells? Yeah.
I took it but just covered it.
Yeah. It made sense though, didn't it? After the spiel that I said about yesterday. Like, it made sense, didn't it? Let me know. Let me know if I was just talking crap or if it made logical sense. Because this is the same playbook. It'll just keep on grinding down now. It will just shake everyone out. People thinking that this is buys, it will just shake them out. It will keep on going down until retail are just completely confused, or they shift to thinking that the buys are no longer buys, it's going to be sells, or you're just so paralyzed you just can't think anymore, and there's just no one left to buy, and that's when they'll buy back up again. But she's going to keep it going down. So see that, like a nice little, took 2 entries to get it. That little wick was yeah, just a bit annoying, that little wick, but 2 10-pip stop trades. First one just got taken out by 0.1%. Second one was now running, it was nearly 40 pips up, so it was actually nearly 4 to 1. Even though I covered it pretty quickly just to take that loss back. It's just not my bias. It wasn't the sell. So, but I'm just trying to read the price action and not be married to my bias. It made sense. And like all these little pullbacks will probably just give hope, and people keep on buying the dip, with stop losses underneath. Stop losses get hit. That's latent liquidity. Comes into the market, just propels it lower. We should just look at all these. Maybe this little bit. 1 minute. Maybe it will pull back to here. Some more hope, and just dump again. Or just break that support candle. But this is manipulation. They're going to drive this down lower. Yeah, man. Just killing people's souls that had a bullish bias. I'm going to add a little bit to the short position right now. Just stop loss above here. Target the same. So I sold that little pullback. Ah, you bastard. Okay. Well, just gave back all my profits. Yeah. Anyway, I close everything. Just some break even again with that move. That's a pretty strong candle. So hopefully now we can break back above here. Hopefully it can. Hopefully it doesn't reject this area again. If it rejects this area again, then I don't know what to do. But if we can push above here, then I think we can take London high, and then I'll take my bullish bias back, and I think we can pump again. But that's a pretty strong reaction. So I'd like to hope that buyers came in. The sales are good. But yeah, this is a bit got a bit greedy in the end. Okay, push. Needs a break above this area because this. I'm sure there'll probably be some sort of reaction here because of how fast it moved down underneath. So there might be some people that were bought and then held all through this drawdown, and then now it's up here. It gives them a chance to escape. So I'm sure there'll be some sort of reaction. That was a pretty strong push. I don't know what that was. Was there some news? Don't know. That push, come on. Yeah, if we can get above this wick, then I think it's really bullish again. And I'd like the target up here.
Have to head out, mate. I'll catch you tomorrow afternoon again.
Okay, mate. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Okay, come on. So I want to see it push to here. Normally I wouldn't use like a 10 pip stop, just as FYI. I wouldn't normally do that like for these cells. I just wanted to keep it pretty low risk. Come on, push, push. Break that London high, man. That'd be so good for that sweep, having pulled back like this. Don't want them to reject that high again. I want them to break that high. This hour's we're looking pretty good though. Like if this hour could close like this, it would definitely make sense for wick fill and continuation all the way up.
Hey, Hayden.
Hey Tom.
Hey, are you able to suggest a good risk calculator that maybe there's one for MT5 or an online one?
Like magic keys, you mean to calculate risk on MT5?
No, magic keys do.
Yeah, I just talk about magic keys.
If I want to get into a position and adjust the pip size of the risk.
Oh, you haven't heard us talk
Make
about
it.
We spoke about magic keys heaps, so
Oh.
I thought you've come across that. Yeah, magic keys. This. That's what I use. So you push the like you click open calculator and it brings up a take profit, entry line, a stop loss. You just drag them across and it sets it at the risk you want. So the physical's a bit pricey. The physical's like $180 or something like that. But you can get the on-screen version, which is only, I think, like maybe $15 or something like that. It links with MT5, MT4, maybe C-Trader as well. So it's very good. So basically, like, you hit open calculator and it will do something like this. And you just drag your take profit, or drag your stop loss, or drag your entry, and then it will just be calculated. Like if you've set it to always be half or 1 or 2%, like it's very easy to change, but it will just keep it so it will always be like 1% or 0.5% depending on where you put your stop loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend that.
Changing the lot size.
Yeah, it will change the lot size automatically. There are some other ones on there, but I find I think maybe some of the other guys use not magic keys, something else. I think Jim uses one called Trade Assistant or something like that. I think
That one's good.
yeah. Who else got
C-Trader has one for free now, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't use C-Trader though on his proper account.
Nah. I see on FTMO you can use C-Trader.
Yeah, just different. Not all brokers. Sorry, not all prop accounts let you. But Dave,
There's
uses
very
one as
few.
well. Oh, see, George is using.
There's very
Trade
few
Assistant.
prop accounts that offer C-Trader though.
Yeah, so Trade Assistant is another one that others use. Oh, Trade Assistant. Oh, did you buy it? Was it $100? Looks expensive. If it's $100, I would. Oh, what's this? 3 months, $100. Yeah, I mean, it's either $100 for this one or Magic Keys on screen is cheaper and will do the same thing. Did you guys buy this one?
Nope.
MT5? Okay. Yeah, there was a good one before called it was cheaper. Yeah, I feel like $100. I didn't remember it being that much. There was another good one called PZ TradePad. PZ TradePad. But this one was free. And now it's $100. Gosh, man. But it wasn't as good as the other one, as the others. But inflation. All right, well, this is kind of a crappy session, man. 80 pips in nearly the first hour, but it shot up came down, got a couple sells, took 2 losses on the sells and 1 win, but I'm break even. Now I'm looking for price to just be bullish. I really want it to be bullish up to this level. And hopefully this is just a friendly pullback that we had. The fact that it didn't actually come down and take liquidity, to me, thinks we should just go higher. Feels like they perceive that there's good value buying low, and we should take out London high from yesterday, but it's one of those ones that when you're sat here watching it, doesn't move. As soon as we go away, it'll move, but with scalping, I don't really want to leave a position without managing it first. Like, make sure it's risk-free so I can turn the computer off and just let it do its thing. But this hour candle, man, it's flip-flopped. It went all the way up, then all the way down, leaving a big wick like this, and now it's back to having a wick down, and then it got up pretty close. It went up to the high again, and now it's creating a top wick, so it's kind of confused.
$10 and $15 are suggesting another leg down.
Because of this wick here.
Well, it just took the liquidity on the 15 of that inside bar. It depends how this one closes. It's still got a minute. I think if it closes as a rejection, then maybe we'll go for the bottom of that 15-minute candle. 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty strong negation of that FU candle on the 10. Still got a minute to close.
Yes. The last 10 minutes has just done nothing.
Check the close on that previous 10-minute FU. It closed with no top wick.
Yeah.
Super strong. HCS on the bottom as well. You got to close the stream down now, Hayden. Otherwise, it's not going to move.
Yeah, that's the thing. We need to, as soon as this, like, I could literally stream all day, and it won't move. And then as soon as I close it, that's when it'll move. We'll do a 24-hour stream, just so we can keep price here. The biggest market-making force. If we don't want price to move ever again,
send us
hold the stream open.
Send us a secret link. Shut this one down.
Okay, this is the hour candle closed. It's kind of like the wicks are pretty long on either side. It's pretty significant level, this 30 minutes, so like with these triple wicks. So it's certainly taken its time. Like, it pushed up into it, then it tested the top of it. Definitely if we could just close inside of it, I feel like it will just finally break it. Come on, push me. So where was that level up the top? It was 23,680 and 23,760. So yeah, I just want it to blast to this. That's what I want. I need to get up here. Come on, do it. Michael, have the stocks turned around? Haven't changed? Okay. Very slow, yeah.
Are you still doing that breakout session for New York?
Yeah. Yeah.
How have you been going there?
Pretty decent. I've had a lot of yesterday was a banger. I had a lot of misses though as well, where I had the right direction. Well, I mean, it didn't trigger the trade, but it was like I was a little bit too cautious. Like I was like, if I was more aggressive, I'd go from this level, but I'm going to play it safe and go from this level, and then it gets real close, and then it turns around, and then it carries the way I want, but just without my trade. Like had a lot of like half the time it's been doing that, but then the times I have got it, they've been fantastic trades. I think I got caught on an oil trade. That was a loss though. That was when it was news induced.
Do you have to wait? Do you have to wait for the blue arrows before you can take the trade, or you just open it?
I don't even do it really like the way that it's suggested. What I like, for example, like this is looking really good now. For example, yesterday on NAS, what the blue arrows were saying to sell, and I said on this one, I said that I reckon, like I didn't want to be a seller, but the distance was that this was the range. Where is it? So this was the New York. This was the New York range here, and what I was saying is like, look, I just didn't want to be a seller because my bias wasn't to sell, but in this case, I really think that you could take sells down to get your take profit because I was looking to buy underneath here, but I just sat my order. Literally, it's different pricing for the different broker, but my order was at 22,173, and I was looking to target the New York high, and price went down. The low this wick went to 22,168. And then it pushed up, and then it's closed. It would have closed now. It would have closed for 150 pips. but that was a very good trade. And then the day before, the Monday before here, I was looking to sell, and I had my entry. So there's two zones. The first zone, I can't exactly find it, but my sell was like here, and price went all the way up, just missed it, and then I was only targeting halfway of New York, and then it missed my entry, but the idea was right. But the buy for the breakout would have been, I think the range was around here. So the blue arrows was telling you to buy, and I was like, no, hell no, don't buy this, because yeah, I thought this was just manipulation. So if you bought, you would have absolutely rinsed. Because I think that was maybe you wouldn't have got stopped. No, you would have got stopped out for sure. Yeah, but I was looking to take the sell, so that just missed. The Friday before, though, as well, this one, it told you to buy. No, this was the range, and I was pretty keen just to buy again, and I bought back up to the New York range. So this one worked perfectly. So I've been doing a lot of fake outs in the session. So just saying, like, even though the blue arrow is telling you to sell, I just buy, but I put the buy like at a good level. So in that case, it's been working quite well. But I know it's very different to the way that the others trade the Euro session. But I try to explain that, like, New York session is not Euro session. Don't get confused with that. So New York, if price has been moving so fast already, it's likely that, you know, you're going to do a fake out instead of a breakout. So I've just been doing the fake out a lot of the time. All right, so we finally punched up through that area, and you see like how quick it moved once it tested it. So this was the fake out, and came back up, tested it, did a liquidity grab. This is about bloody break even from all those little trades. Price then finally got some institutional strong candle coming. So then it was buys now. So this is likely to support. So we really don't want it to be breaking this level, but now the bullish bias is back on. So I would expect this to continue now all the way to 7:30. That makes sense. All the way up to here. Just to correct yesterday's move. So this would be the London high from yesterday. So I'm expecting that to go back up to there. Just a grind higher now. Not the easiest session, but there was some moves there. Oh, you're Simpson Desert, Dan. Holy. What are you using for internet? Cool, man. I gotta flatter this. Swing trades, I think, because it's been hard to find a bias. So more than a couple of days, this week we're starting to get a bit more clarity for sure. But the last 2 weeks I felt have been just incredibly tough with all this mixed messages. So I really just haven't been keen to put. I just haven't been able to hold a bias for too long. I mean, look at Euro Kiwi for so long. Price was in this, and we're starting to see some better structure. But I think for a trade, what I'll be looking for is pound US. I think this move is getting really strong. I'm gonna look for some profit taking. I think this is a great level, great zone inside of here. So if we are starting to get some divergence, but I'd like to target some sells on pound US. What about pound CAD? Pound CAD maybe as well. Look how strong this is. To me, I think it's just prime for some profit taking, but we need to make sure it's at a good level. So I think this one. Yeah, yeah, man. So this is going to be a longer standing swing trade. But I'm going to look for this for pound CAD. It's just it hasn't been like this strong for so long. Okay, let me I'm not gonna bore you guys with me doing this yet, but not exactly this level, but I'm gonna post in the Discord some swing trades for pound US, pound CAD, some US Swiss as well. So I think there's some good counter trend trades. But I'm gonna target that. That's a very big breakout, so I'm expecting there'll be some sort of slowdown. I think there'll be a good opportunity, but I'll do that tonight. I don't think there's any reason to rush it. But we're getting very overstretched. Okay, so if you're in the buy position now, then I think we can continue holding up to 23,720. I think there's going to be, this is very early stages. I think we continue, exhaust them, and then from here we might get a bit interesting. Trading stop, yeah, sounds good. It looks good for the buys just to keep on buying now. Now that we did the pullback, broken the London high, now we've got the clean candles to fill. So this is looking very good now for the buys. Like look at these candles, looking strong. So just looking for it to do a complete reversal. So I think even trailing behind the hour candles, and then I think you can actually add risk to these as well. Any questions for me? No, must have explained everything perfectly. So the cells, did the cells initially make sense? Like I got to try to squeeze too much out of it, but did they make sense to you? Like how we pushed up at the start just to draw in liquidity, then price was just taking sols down. So London didn't want to buy the high. So I think there was I think it made a lot of sense. I was expecting it to maybe push into this liquidity pool underneath here, but they didn't need to. So they just came back to a value area, and I think with the, as I said, the NATO spending, I think it just makes sense for upside. It was just that London had to get a good fill, so it was a bit tricky to understand where it was going to push down to. But since like after this here, yeah, man, it's just going to continue. So I think it's very good signs for buys now.
Buy to sell to buy.
Yeah, buy to sell to buy. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Sneaky buggers, aren't they? Thoughts on gold? I haven't really been paying attention to gold too much, just because it doesn't move that well in the London session, and it's been so. yeah, man, it's just I haven't had my finger on the pulse for gold for a while, so like it's clearly going up, but I feel like it's getting. I think there's a bit of price sensitivity up here where people start to think money's coming out of gold, and with this risk on continuing, I think gold holds itself up here. But you look at the gold miners, and that's where I think people that want exposure to gold are not necessarily buying the physical gold. I think they're going out more on the risk curve. And you look at gold miners. Like gold miners has got a long way to go, but look at the structure is very steady, going up and up and up. You get like just since January, you've nearly doubled. And if you look at look how undervalued gold miners are compared to where like gold miners at one stage were like in the hundreds here, and this is very underpriced for gold miners. So I think gold's got a little bit of competition at the moment. So I feel like gold is more likely going to stay in a sideways range, but with like creeping up over time. I'd just be surprised if unless there's like new risk off catalyst. I don't think we have that real breakout in gold for a while. I think it's more going to be people in the miners going to keep on pushing this price up. I feel like gold's just got a bit of competition, but gold at support at these round numbers is always a pretty good level to buy, considering like when we crossed 3,300, I think that was a big buying opportunity. Cool. All right. Well, I think German now is it's just going to be steady. Should be steady now for the rest of the time. So just hold these buys, guys. Hold them for got at least another 50 pips to go, but be a very good opportunity. As soon as we got these big candles, it was just buying. The initial bias was back on hand. So hold to correct all of yesterday's move. That's the minimum it goes. I think it can continue, but that's the minimum. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot as well. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Hayden.
Thanks so much, Hayden.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, catch you.